Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I am here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here, we're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. I may say them and I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid. So I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Take the parts that resonate, leave everything else behind. And if you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. Also invite you to subscribe to my secondary channel, Timeless Tarot with Tam, to tap into some of the archive videos that are relevant to the stories that I'm telling today. All right, let's jump in, guys. I hope everybody is doing good and feeling good. I'm not going to do an opening oracle. I'm literally just sitting down. I started the camera. I'm like, all right, let's just get into it. So let's just get into it. All right. Happy Friday. It's Venus Day. I like this energy. I like it a lot. I feel like I'm talking to the collective. Oh, I feel like I'm talking to the collective. I'm talking to somebody here who has interesting. Okay. This kind of looks like, I'm like, this feels like I want to say manifestation energy, but it's not really that, because I feel like this is somebody, I'm talking to somebody who may have this is an energy of somebody, I want to say, like revisiting an era of time that is reminiscent to when things were good. Okay. I remember when things were good. Okay. But in the recent past, it feels like maybe this person, okay, I'm thinking, like, I'm based on the cards that I have out here, I'm kind of thinking of like past readings where I've talked about somebody who was more focused on money and finances and resources than they were elements of their relationships or relationship dynamics. Because if you've been largely focused on, you know, getting the bag, which is, there's nothing wrong with it, but if all you have done is focus on getting the bag and, you know, focusing on your stability and everything, somebody here may have left some things, you know, by the wayside. Like, I knew somebody who was a workaholic. This person never took vacations. They never took no time off. They just work just to amass all of this money and whatever. And I remember telling them, you know, that I thought it was kind of weird that you don't take no time, you don't take any time off, because child, when I was working in corporate, I took the vacation days as I accrued them. Like, so I took a day off every month. Every month that there was a day that was added into my vacation pool, I took that time off because I worked for that. And for me, I needed the time to just kind of like recalibrate, even if I didn't do anything. You know, if I didn't use the time to like go off and do anything, I just stayed home and just wanted to rest, right? Because we should be entitled to that. Anyhow, this does give me the energy of somebody who they may be looking back at the past and the way that they maybe have carried out their lives, and are realizing that you can gain all of the money and the wealth and all that stuff, but if you don't have somebody to share it with, you know, it does feel it feels, you know, yeah, you've succeeded, but there's an emptiness that comes along with it because you don't have anybody who's like genuinely in your corner, who is unconditionally loving and supportive of you to share it with. And I think somebody now is recognizing that they foolishly kind of focused on the bag more than their emotional connections, because they're actually realizing what, now they're kind of like going forward, they're in this energy of realizing that the plan that they were enacting didn't quite turn out the way that they thought it would. Like, yeah, I got all this money and I'm financially stable and independent, but I'm not actually happy. I'm not happy. And I'm actually in regret, because I may have had somebody in my life who did genuinely love me the way that I wanted to be loved, but I may have thrown it all away because I was going for the bag. Okay. Tell me what's in the environment. Oh. Oh. Okay. I don't know how well this is gonna work out. Oh, let me take one more, please. This one, because it's sticking out. Ooh. Well. Okay, so I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you. Okay, so I have the energy of like whoever you are, collective, and you know, put yourself wherever you are here. I feel like whoever you are, because I am getting this aspect of a masculine and a feminine. It's very, very clear. So again, put yourself wherever you are. But I have the energy out here of somebody who, this person is, they are attracted to them. They find you to be very mysterious and exciting. Like whatever this is that they had with you, they're definitely missing it right now. This person has a strong desire to either come to you or to reach out to you. To, I don't know, like it kind of feels like they want, I'm not getting like a reconciliation thing, but they're kind of hoping that y'all can go into like a new cycle. You know, one door closes, another door opens. I do see an ending of a cycle. If there were lessons that needed to be learned while you were dealing with this person, you have most certainly learned those lessons. I think this person has also learned their lessons as well. There could be some distance between you. They are missing you. They are missing you. The part though that I'm laughing at over here is that there's it almost feels like they maybe want to start a new cycle with you, but I'm seeing this kind of in two different ways, because I do see where there's some conflict here. So if you are still dealing with, you know, if you're still dealing with an aspect of conflict that has, you know, it's gone largely unresolved, I do still see that here. And for you, I'm just basing it on the cards, on the outer rim cards. I don't think you're motivated in the least bit to even engage. Okay, what's in the background? Because I could easily see this being like, well, you know, that's all nice and dandy that you want to come towards me now and tell me, you know, everything that you feel and how you've been feeling and everything that you've been holding on to. But baby, this is, I'm done. Like, this is, I'm not interested. I can kind of see where this could create some friction. Yeah, look, you didn't already, yeah. So this person wants to come and tell you, they want to come and tell you whatever they've been hiding or whatever they've kept really close to themselves. There's an emotional, deep emotional component to this. But the thing is, I'm looking at you and I'm looking at the energy that's attached to you, and you are done. 9 of Wands in the reverse. Like, you're not, like, I usually describe it like if the 9 of Wands was in the upright, I'd be like, okay, well, maybe you'd still entertain this situation or this person if they came to you under the right conditions, and they, they came to you and they decided they wanted to act like they had some sense. You'd be like, all right, I'll fuck with it. But the 9 of Wands is in the reverse. Ace of Wands is in the reverse. You don't want no parts of it. As far as you're concerned, it's a burden that you're not really interested in carrying. The Tower. The Tower. So even by the disclosure of whatever it is that they want to come and tell you, especially if you tell them or you communicate back like, sorry, that ship has sailed. Yeah, that's the Tower moment. Oh, womp womp womp. Yeah, this person wants to communicate with you. Now, also, I think this person too, part of the problem is they're a little bit worried about because this kind of feels like they haven't quite made up their mind. They could be going back and forth, hadn't really decided, because I think part of them is concerned that it's almost like they don't know how they're going to be received if they approach you. Oh, hold on, because I'm getting something else here. And somebody's hands are tied. Somebody's hands are tied. Okay. Let's I'm gonna reel it back, because I'm thinking about yesterday's reading. And remember when I said, because I just edited the short, so it's like really fresh in my mind. Okay, so we know, I did say yesterday, I was like, there's somebody who was kind of privy to whatever was going on in the background, because now I'm seeing a whole different layer to this. I don't know who this person is, so it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody romantic, but it is connected to like a past experience. This could be somebody connected to your past. I just saw a different layer to this. That's why I like bouncing around, because I know this could literally be anybody. I'm not necessarily getting like a romantic thing about this, but I do. This is somebody that you may have had unconditional love for in the past, right? You may not be dealing with them right now, though. Okay, so from the angle of this person, this could be like a father figure. This could be like an uncle. It's a mature man, but it's like I want to say like an authoritative figure. It could be an uncle, a grandfather, a father figure, something like that. Oh, okay. So this is somebody here who you absolutely have love for, right? I think what they're witnessing in you now is they're seeing a different side of you, right? You're all grown up, you're mature, you're doing your thing. You could be a business owner. I do get a sense that they're very curious about your life, like how you managed to get to where you are on your own. I feel like in the recent past, I think the foolish action that this person took was not just even so much of somebody, because I'm going to tell both sides. I think they left you, if this is you here, it's interesting because they left you on, it's like leaving you to fend for yourself. Leaving you to fend for yourself, because they thought that you would be, that you're cool, you're gonna be fine. So they kind of like left you off on your own, right? Never mind the struggle and everything that you had to endure to get to where you are. Okay, never mind, you know, all of the burdens and the drama, the highs and the lows and everything that you've had to do. Like, never mind all of that. They thought that you would that you would be fine. So they never actually stepped in to, you know. Here, I do feel like they want to communicate with you, right? Interesting, because they do want to tell you about something that has been largely hidden from you that could absolutely change everything for you. Because I do feel like with whatever this disclosure is, it's going to illuminate something that will dismantle like a previous notion of a particular area of your life. I hope you're following me here. Because I do feel like this person is observing. They're in an observant space. They are observing that whoever you're like, if you have conflict with someone else and there's some issue with someone else, they're witnessing not only the conflict and the fact that you have no desire to deal with them, but they may also be witnessing somebody getting, like, dealing with some negative karma or dealing with some things that are kind of like, you know, very unfortunate. Because I can kind of see here where somebody, I do feel like there is an energy of somebody very disappointed that they wish they had brought this to your attention sooner. And this is down here, maybe feeling like their hands were tied to a degree. I'm not giving this person a pass because I don't know what this is, but it does feel like somebody may feel like they've kind of deliberated about this for a while, but may have felt like their hands were tied and they really didn't have. Because the way I'm getting it's like somebody said, it wasn't my place. It's not my place. Okay. So there's that. Now, in terms of this relationship, I do feel like down here it feels very much like somebody kind of going back and forth, like they want to communicate. They want to communicate, but not necessarily sure of how to go about doing that. Okay, somebody's upset, or their fears and concerns. Their fear may be that it's like that you make a choice that doesn't necessarily align with them because of the previous action. Oh my God. Please break this down for me. Because this is reap what you sow. So their concern, it's almost like, because that would be definitely, that's part of the reason why they're a little bit worried about coming towards you here. One, I don't think they don't want there to be conflict. They don't want there to be conflict, and they're really worried that you won't give them a second chance, that you won't give. I don't know who this person is for you. It doesn't necessarily, like I said, doesn't necessarily have to be like a romantic, you know, whatever. Oh. So maybe, okay, maybe this person, part of their obstacle or blockage is due to the fact that they are already, they're in a connection. They're in a connection. That's why they feel like their hands are tied. They're in a connection already. So their fear and concern may be having to choose between you, their bond and connection to one person versus you. Again, this does not have to be romantic. I know it gives romantic undertones, but that's that's not necessarily what I'm seeing here. I mean, I can see it, but it could go either way. Whoever this is, I do feel like it's somebody that you've known for a really long time. And this person is really worried because I feel like they feel that whatever they're involved in, or whatever, kind of like whatever the choice is, they feel bound. Like I said, they feel like their hands are tied. They feel kind of bound by the connection that they're already like tied to. There's something that they're tied to. And so they're kind of going back and forth. They're dealing with a lot of emotions in regards to how they feel about it. Okay, and if they are connected to someone else, they need to release their relationship with that person, because now I'm seeing this could absolutely be, this person could be involved in a relationship, but in order for them to be able to deal with you or to connect with you, they have to release the relationship that they feel bound to. Does that make sense? Okay. I don't know. Maybe this is a romantic relationship, because part of the lesson here is that they can't come towards you. This plan did not. I don't know who this is to you. I don't know what this is. I know you're gonna tell me. Part of their lesson here is they thought that they knew what they were. I feel like this person, they were like, this may have been somebody that could have played mind games with you in the past. I don't know who this is, but they may have played mind games with you in the past, and they thought that they were, they thought they were doing something. But all of this is saying that they're coming into their, fuck around and find out era, because even after this disclosure of them wanting to tell you how they feel and everything, the tower is out here. And I feel like the tower is here because you're like, skirt. Hold up, homie. Where you think you're going? What you think we doing here? I don't think so. I don't think so. Tower. I don't think so. I don't give a shit what you coming here to disclose to me. Skirt. Sorry, buddy. Buck stops here. I don't think so. Because again, I don't think this person ever thought that they would lose total access to you. We'll take these 3 for the advice. I'm going to take one more. Okay, so because I do kind of get the impression that this person may have been trying to like manifest you back on some level, but I think what they should have been focused on, instead of like really focusing specifically on you, they should have been trying to manifest like a healed heart. They should have been trying to manifest, a connection or a relationship where there is, healthy, reciprocal, balanced love. not necessarily specific to you. And I always tell people, like, don't try to manifest somebody specific into your life, because like God could probably want somebody better for you. Don't limit yourself. Let the divine, if you give up the control and let the divine like work its magic, baby, you'll be presented with something that far is so much better than what you thought you wanted, right? I can absolutely say I got so much better than what I thought I wanted. So I'm glad that I just allowed the divine to take over and do his thing, because I love what I got now. I'm glad I didn't get what I wanted. Just saying. I'm glad I didn't get what I wanted. Let's see. Let's clarify. Oh. Yeah. I feel like this person may have also rejected you in the past. They may have had you involved in third-party situations too. They may have. Now I'm seeing a couple of different things. This person may have, number one, had you in a third-party situation. That's potential. I also feel like even though this person is thinking about coming towards you, they are a little bit concerned about rejection. So like if they had rejected you in the past, they're a little worried that you might be prone to reject them now. You might not be interested in anything that they have to say. Yes, this person did not work with you. Oh my God, they did not work with you. They did not. Yeah, I feel like this person too, like this person may have gotten like some kind of intuitive nudges as it relates to you, but they may have ignored those. Like they weren't listening to their intuition or whatever. But they literally chose not to work with you. They kind of left you out there independent on your own, because I don't know if this person may have thought that you could do better without them. I don't know, this is weird. Yeah, so they're kind of, whatever they've been hiding from you, there is a little bit of fear of the unknown, because they're not, like I said, they're not really sure that you'd be willing to hear them out. They're not really sure if you'd give them a time of day. They're having some difficulty in making the decision. Again, there could be some distance between you. The initial M or the initial W may be relevant. Okay. My attention was called to that. I'm like, okay. And I feel like I do feel like there's somebody here who's very motivated to come towards you, but there is a fear. There's a fear. I want to say there's a fear. There's mostly the fears around like whether or not you'd be welcoming. So it's not like this person is completely unaware of like the role that they played in the demise of your relationship, whoever this person is to you. They're well aware. Yeah, so it's like they want to come towards you, but they're dealing with some mental shit in regards to the communication aspect. So as much as they want to reach out to you or try to connect with you, they haven't actually done it. They're also seeing you in a much different light than what they last remember you being in. Like they're seeing something in you now that maybe they didn't recognize, or not so much they didn't recognize it, like maybe they didn't see it before. Yeah, they want to come towards you. Look at that. They want to come towards you. The Eight of Wands is out here again. They definitely want to come. This is so interesting. They want to come towards you and they want to tell you everything. They want to clear the air. But they do recognize that you've probably... I do see where they recognize... Yeah, oh, damn. Okay. They recognize that you have kind of put this out of your mind. You've walked away from it. And so, like I said, they're a little bit apprehensive about reaching out because they do not know how it will be received. So I do see a lot of second guessing, a lot of, you know, pause and stop and think. They're worried about... I do feel like they're a little bit worried about the conflict between you, especially if you have a strong belief that they were like dishonest or whatever. Obviously, you don't have any... You have no desire to engage with it, especially if you believe that they, you know, had lied to you in the past or whatever. You just don't want any parts of it. So they're a little unsure of... I do feel like this whole section is... It feels very much like they're unsure about how it's going to be received. Like they... You know, they're a little bit worried that there could be some conflict that would arise. So they're not very sure. They don't have a lot of clarity about the way forward. Again, because they feel like their hands are tied, especially if they're already connected to somebody. Because obviously nobody wants to deal with third-party energy. And, you know, we're not playing that game. And that's not really your problem. Okay, I'm just telling you what's on the other side. It's not your problem. This is not something for you to worry about. But I believe that it's heavily in the energy of the collective because you're definitely on this person's mind. So if you've been, you know, if you got somebody very specific that comes to your mind while you're thinking about, you know, while you're listening to this, and it's somebody that's been on your mind for the last, you know, few days or few weeks or whatever, this person's kind of tugging on your energy. Definitely tugging on your energy. Because I know, and I see it in the comments, like, I know y'all get tired of hearing these stories, you know, and all variations of them. But the reason why it's here, and the reason why this information comes out is because they are still actively in your energy. And I said it in yesterday's reading, like, you're done, and you've already released it and let it go. They are not done with you. So as long as they're still holding on to your energy, we're still going to pick this up because it's attached to your energy. I don't have no control over that. Yeah, that's gonna be the problem. Yeah, if this person, okay, so this definitely could be somebody that you were romantically tied to, because I can see that too. So if this person, because I feel like they may have gotten themselves involved in a relationship with somebody, and they would have to tell you that. Like, I do believe they want to tell you everything. So if this person got married, say they made the wrong choice, and they overlooked you, and they chose someone else. Again, put yourself in the story wherever you are, masculine, feminine, because I got them both out here. This person chose someone else, but the person that they chose them for the wrong reasons. They chose them because, you know, maybe it looked good on paper. Maybe, you know, superficially they look good together as a couple, and I don't know, but I do feel like this person it's, when I say heavy heart, it's really on their mind. It's really on their heart. This person really wants to talk to you. They really want to come to you, and they want to talk to you. They want to tell you. It's kind of like they want to tell you about all the things that they had to go, all the things that they've been going through. Wow. Oh, yeah. This person wants to come towards you. And here's the thing. It's like if they I feel like this person is now having an awareness that they were the toxic one in the relationship. It's like like, I don't know, like, the little switch went off. When Neptune is retrograde, rose-colored glasses are off. So now they kind of seeing the person that they're stuck with. They're seeing it now. They may also recognize that they were the one who brought a level of toxicity within your connection, and now they're also recognizing too that they're tied to a toxic connection themselves. Like, it's partially, yes, them and the person that they're connected to, and they're in the midst of getting, like, their lives must be definitely upside down, because there's some negative karma here that they're experiencing, and I feel like that is part of their karma. Like, them being bound to this situation that they're bound to right now, this is part of their karma. Like they should have just treated you better. You know what I mean? They should have treated you better, because now whatever they're tied to, they stuck to it. And part of their karma, I mean, I haven't even finished doling out the clarifying cards on this, but I can see it down here. Part of their karma is, it's like you made these decisions, so now you have to live with the decisions that you've made, the actions that you took, and everything that you did afterwards. Like, cause and effect. This is what you chose, so this is what you get because you chose it. And that's what they're living out right now. And honestly, it kind of feels like they don't really have much of a choice but to just sit and deal with it. They are so worried. Okay, now here's the other thing too. If this person is like financially stable and all that, what they're worried about is, they may be worried about, I see a couple of things. They're worried that they've lost the relationship or the connection to you, that they're worried that they've lost that permanently. Now the other thing is, whatever they're connected to now, they're feeling like they made a huge mistake. They're also at risk or worried about their future financial stability, because it's kind of like, because they chose someone who is not like you, who's not like you. You were trying to give somebody unconditional love, and the person, they chose somebody who they thought would make them look a little bit better on paper, financially. But the person that they're connected to, if this is their spouse, the person that they're connected to, this is somebody who is, they're selfish, they're greedy. This is like somebody who keeps up with the Joneses. If she's a mother, if they have children, if she's a mother, she's not a very good mother. She doesn't, take care of their home. She doesn't take care of him. And so he's kind of concerned. He feels trapped in this relationship, because if he's married to her and he divorces her, he's worried about the financial ramifications of what he may lose financially by severing ties and cutting apart from her. Baby, that's part of the lesson. Yeah, there may be a child here. There could potentially be a child here. And I do feel like part of this fear for this person is they're worried about having to start over. Definitely worried about having to start over. So they're unsure about how to proceed. Like I said down here, they feel like their hands are tied. But it also feels very much like somebody who hasn't, they may not be grounded enough to really grasp. And I'm every now and then it's funny, because as much as I've never really followed, I recognize over time that a lot of the advice that my mother gave me was shit. But there were a couple of nuggets in there. Just a couple. And I'm kind of getting this energy of, and I'm saying that because I'm like, I see there's this like little thing that I hear in my ear, and I'm like, this looks like that. It's just stuff. I remember a time when my husband and I were going through something very early in our marriage, and I was like, I wanted to leave, and I was just like beside myself because I'm like, I have all this stuff. Like, what am I supposed to do with this stuff? And she was like, it's just stuff. Stuff can be replaced. Your peace of mind cannot. And so this person is definitely in the kind of a locked mindset. They're freaking out because they feel like their hands are tied. I don't really think that they are, but they just haven't figured out a way around that feeling. Because they're deeply tied to their stuff. Whatever they've amassed and accumulated, they're very tied to those things. And so they haven't quite mastered the level of surrender where it's like, fuck it. If I gotta lose the stuff to get peace of mind, then fuck it. I'm gonna lose the stuff and I gotta start over. This person's worried about having to start over. What it? Who that? I don't know who that is. Somebody ring the doorbell. Lucky. Shh. I mean, they not still standing on the porch, so I don't know what you barking at. Who's that? I'm always checking my cameras. I don't know who that was. Not gonna worry about it. Okay. Sorry about that. Was there something out there? Huh? It was some guy. Yeah, I saw him, but he didn't have nothing in his hands. There's nobody out there now? Oh. Oh, okay. I need people to read the sign on my porch that says no soliciting. Don't come here. Alright. Let's continue. Sorry about that. I just saw... Oh, my mind is seeing things. I'm like, I just saw 4343. No, I didn't. Yes. Okay. Remember when I just said like part of their problem is they're worried about having to start over. They're worried about losing the stuff, the resources, the assets or whatever, and literally what they have to release is they got to release the person that they're connected to. So if they're married, they have to be willing to walk away from the relationship. They also have to be willing to let go of the stuff. Otherwise, they would not have learned a single lesson. It's kind of like just recognizing that this wasn't a successful endeavor, whatever it was they were trying to do. It's kind of like we all got to take our lumps sometimes. This person got to take their lumps. They don't want to. They're trying really hard to avoid taking the lumps. What's the lesson? Take both. Okay, thank you. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So part of the lesson here is not only do they have to start over, like that's part of this is part of their journey. Like we're all on a journey. Everybody's journey is a little bit different, and there's little, you know, adjustments and whatnot along the way. This person's lesson is they have to let go of this contract, the relationship that they're in, that they're kind of tied to. They have to release that, and they do have to start over. They have to start over, and they have to start. It's like it's gonna be a long journey, but they're trying to hold on to the stuff. They're trying to hold on to the resources, whatever they believe that is theirs. They are desperately trying to hold on to it, not realizing, I feel like if they just released it and just said, you know what, fuck it, go ahead, take what you think you deserve, whatever, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore, I would much rather be happy and be gone. I can recoup, and you know, it may take me a little while to get back up to the level where I was, but I'm gonna be happier because I'm away from you. That's part of the lesson here for this person, to choose themselves, not the stuff. I'm gonna take off 4. Thank you. Oh, it's 5. Okay, disharmony within a relationship. Oh my, they are. Okay. Because I said down here, part of their lesson is kind of like they have to hold on to the faith. And to recognize that they have the tools, they have everything they need in order to create the life that they want, right? But they will have to endure the separation of the relationship. I feel like ultimately what's happening is that they're not just losing the relationship that they're in, they're also losing the relationship with you. But that's part of the karma. That's part of their karma, literally. And they're afraid. They are so, I don't know if this person can even, I'm trying to figure out, I don't know if they recognize that what they're experiencing, it's like a byproduct of their actions. It's a byproduct of their actions. And so I kind of feel like they're worried, they're worried about like losing everything, what they got now, what they had with you. And it's funny because they don't actually, in my opinion, this is my opinion, they don't actually deserve for you to show up for them in a reciprocal manner. This person breadcrumbed the hell out of you. So if they feel like coming towards you now to share how they feel, because I do see it like all this deep regret for the decisions that they made, but now they're stuck in something because of the choices and the decisions that they made. This person's on a struggle bus. They're struggling. Okay. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Yeah. The sun is set on this relationship. The sun has set on this relationship. And I do feel like they're seeing something. They may be getting a real heavy dose of reality. I'm like, I'm shuffling, no cards are popping out, so I guess that was it. Alright. Oh. Yeah, this person, they want to come and tell you the truth. this person also wore a mask, so they may not have even when you were dealing with them, they may not have shown up for you like in their most authentic energy. But if you're intuitive, you may have already known that. And usually when I don't know, I can only speak for myself. There are certain people that I've dealt with in the past, or I was like, I wasn't interacting with the person that they were presenting to me. I interacted with their inner child. And that's the person that I saw. So every time I looked at them, what I was looking at was their wounded inner child. And that's the person that I was dealing with and communicating with. So I understood, like, I understood their limitations. Oh my God. They didn't listen to their intuition when it came to you, but that's okay. That's okay. Because I want to say, collective, you dodged a bullet because this person was never, they weren't really in alignment with you. So while it may have had some damaging effects, this relationship may have had some very damaging effects to you, but it allowed you to like heal and grow and expand and all that. This person wasn't actually in alignment with you. So if you got to a point where you stopped giving to it, that was the appropriate thing to do. It wasn't in alignment with you in the first place. And I do feel like, even though if this person, like I said, they want to come towards you, there could be some distance. They are afraid. They're in deep regret that they may have kept secrets from you or whatever. I feel like you kind of see this person. I'm seeing it in a couple of, like, you see this person for who they are. Like I just said, I sometimes I can deal with people with their wounded inner child, and I kind of operate on that level. So I feel like, I don't feel like I'm talking to somebody who has like animosity, because I don't really see any animosity here. Like, regardless of what I see, I'll talk about in the comments. Like, this doesn't actually feel like animosity. Like, we don't have any animosity for them. Like, there's no beef or anything like that. And you probably get along really well, but you also see them for who they are. Yeah, it's like they made this decision to come towards you, but they're worried because, like I said, this isn't in alignment with you and this is not meant for you, but they want to come towards you so bad. They want to communicate. Yeah. The World, the Six of Swords, an unfinished symphony in the reverse. Baby, this is done. And you're not doing anything about it. Time for a nap. You ain't doing nothing about it. So if there's something that they need to clean up, you're not going to do anything to assist them in that manner. You're not going to make yourself available. Because I believe people who really want to be a part of your life, they show up for you and they prove to you that they want to be a part of your life. Like, so this here would definitely, to me, it's kind of like, if you're coming in and you're trying to, reconcile or whatever it is you think you're trying to do, I'm not going to help you in the endeavor. So if you really want to be a part of my life, you're going to have to prove it. Baby, the unblocking fee is $1,000. And that's kind of low. Yep. That unconditional love that you may have had for this person, you don't have that anymore. And I also feel like the person that they got with, I don't know what they thought they were getting, but that's not what they got. Like they thought they were getting somebody who they thought that they, and I also feel too, I can kind of see it too, like this person may have thought that they were going to get an element, like maybe you showed them like your love, the kind of love that you give, the way that you give. You showed them a certain side of love that they may have not experienced elsewhere, right? So in your absence, while they may have made other choices, they also tried to see, like, look for elements of you in other people unsuccessfully. Because that's not what they got. And they are really struggling to go with the flow. They're having a really hard time because they keep focusing on the past and how, and it really, again, it's because they were not in alignment with you. It's not to say that they weren't like your person. They just were not in alignment. They were in a whole different, like, you were probably more mature and more grounded than they were. They were just kind of like flying by the seat of their pants, literally. And now they're looking back at like the mess that they've made of their life based on that thought process and those actions. Yep, they want to come in. Look, they want to come in for a reconciliation. They want a second chance. They want a second chance. They want a second chance. They want, listen, I have mending, the King of Wands, and regeneration. They want to come towards you. They want to step in and take control of the situation, and they want to show up for you now. But again, I feel like the only reason why they want to come towards you, I feel this, it's not to say that they want to purposely disrupt your peace, but them coming towards you, it definitely will disrupt your peace. Or this could be their peace that's disrupted because of all the shit that's going on in their life. Yeah, and here's the thing, they're not even, that's why their hands are tied. They're not ready to approach you. They're not ready because, again, they're connected to somebody else. They may not have a lot to offer because they about to lose it all. They picked the right one because they got with somebody who was equally as focused on finances as they were. But she's more focused on his than making her own. Yeah, he's worried about, and then he's also kind of worried about like having to do all of this on his own, like alone. Like you lose everything. You're stuck with this person, but if you break up with her, divorce her or whatever, you're going to lose your money, you're going to lose your stuff, and then you're not going to have support around you, because I also feel like this person may have surrounded themselves with people who were really only attracted to the stuff that they provide. So if I don't have money and I don't have stuff, then that means these people don't come around me, and that I'm truly going to be alone and I ain't going to have anything. Well, yeah, they're just, all they can see is the fact that they would have to start over. They would have to start over. They just look at this thing as a whole failure, and they would have to start over, and they just don't want to, they don't want to have to do that. Nobody here to help you. You got yourself into this. Part of this lesson, they did not listen to their intuition. So that may also be a bigger part of this whole thing, is that they didn't trust their intuition. They didn't trust their intuition. about this person that they're tied to right now. They're going to have to start over. This person's really trying to hold on to what they got, but they're going to have to start over. And it's going to take some time. They're going to have to do it alone, orphaned. And they got to do it alone. And they don't understand why. Because by yourself, you got yourself into this. Give me one more. Yes, look. This is a lesson. This is a lesson that this person is having to learn, and I feel like a lot of it has to do, remember when I said earlier, a lot of what this person's lesson is like learning or understanding that the actions that they've taken, some of the decisions that they've made have gotten them in the position that they're in right now. They made these choices alone. They will have to experience the downfall of those choices and decisions alone, and this has been a repeated cycle for them. They will continue to be on this hamster wheel until they learn the lesson. So they may have even been like this in other relationships. Like, again, you may not have been the only person that experienced this aspect of them, whoever this person is to you. You may not be the only like victim. Like, victim mentality. I don't operate from victim mentality, but like, you may not be the only person that experienced what you experienced at the hands of this person. You know, you pour in all this love, and then this person's just out here, you know, spreading it wide and thin. And now they want to take accountability for, you know, the decisions that they've made, and you know, kind of like what their life is looking like right now. But they don't understand. They don't actually understand, because I'm seeing these two cards. Like, I'm looking at these two cards. I'm looking at this Eight of Swords and this Y in the reverse. It kind of gives me the energy of like somebody who really doesn't understand the gravity of the decisions that they made. Like the intentions behind the decisions that they made. This is reap what you sow. Reap what you sow. I don't feel no kind of way about that. How about y'all? It is what it is. Alright, let's get some truth cards. I'm gonna wrap. What time is it? Ooh. I'm going to see Keisha Cole tonight. Forgiveness. Ooh. Liar. Stop reaching out. Take these 4. Communication problems. 10-10 may be significant. Somebody's thinking. Seek expert help. Someone's not having sex, though they have sexual desires. 12-12 and 10-10 may be significant. Home changes. Somebody may be moving or relocating. Somebody's not going back to the ex. Somebody has respect issues. 77 may be a significant synchronicity. Consistent. Change perspective. 14-14 is out here again. Long distance, so there could be some distance between you. Somebody has no other interests. There's separation, or you're experiencing separation. Synchronicities of 3-1-3 may be significant. Somebody's considering options. Summer could be significant. Somebody's on their spiritual path. Somebody may want a video chat with you. 11-11 could be important. Somebody has accurate psychic ability. There's travel with long distance, so there is distance between you potentially. Somebody wants commitment, and there are somebody does have concerns about money. 12-12, 10-10, 11-11, 12-12, 14-14. 1-5-5. 511 611 711 may be significant synchronicities. 313 210. Bottom of the deck, waiting for you to reach out. That ain't gonna happen. Alright, let's look at the dates here. I've got January 2nd, 3rd, January 6th, January 11th, January the 14th. I have February the 1st, February the 3rd, February the 10th, February 13th, February the 14th. Okay, I have March the 5th, March the 7th. March 7th may be significant because I have it out here twice. March the 10th and March the 15th. I have no dates in April. I have May the 3rd, May the 6th, May 7th, May 10th, May 11th. I have no dates in June. I have July 11th and July 10th and 11th may be synchronistic or very significant because I have it out here 3 times. July 10th and July 11th. Yeah, like June 10th is important, July 10th and July 11th also. Okay, so July 3rd. I have a lot of dates in July. July 3rd, July 5th, July 6th, July 11th and 10th and 11th, July 15th, July 9th, August the 3rd, August the 12th. August 12th may be significant because that's out here twice. August the 13th, August the 14th. September the 11th, 911. September the 10th, September the 7th. October 10th may be significant. October 10th, October the 7th may be significant. It's out here twice. October the 3rd, October the 5th, October the 7th, October the 9th, October 10th, October 11th, October 15th. Oh, October the 12th, October the 14th, October the 6th. October. November the 1st, November the 5th. November 6th, November 7th, November 9, November 10, November 14th, December the 3rd, December the 6th, December the 8th, may be significant, it's out here twice, December the 10th, December 14th may be significant. That's out here twice. December 13th, 14th. December, yeah. December the 8th. December 8th is out here twice. December 10th. Yeah. Okay. That's it. I'm going to leave it there, guys. If any parts of this resonated for you, give you clarity or confirmation over your own story and situation, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm. Get it in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, tips, donations, super thanks, new bookings from new clients. I love you guys. Thank you for helping me grow the platform. Thank you for supporting me and supporting each other in these comments because we need all the support that we can get. All right. I might come back and do another reading if I have a little bit more time. I've got a client in a little bit. Let's see what my time is looking like because I gotta still cook before I get ready for this concert and all of that. So we'll see how we go. All right. Anywho, I love you guys. Till next time. Take care. Bye.